This is the political environment in its entirety, which means that today we are walking on our heads for the issue of vineyards and the consumption of water. For mining, we are not followed too much. The management, ecologism kills us. Even for breeders, the wolves must not touch them, but they shoot all the herds. There are a lot of things like that that are not logical. In fact, we really have this impression of being managed by guys who have never left their office, who don't give a damn. But we are, let's say, overwhelmed by controls, pushed to an extreme. We can't explain it so much, it's extreme. Because in fact, what are these agreements going to do? We are going to bring meat from all over the world, where treating animals is a disaster. And no, you can't say you want to do that if behind you open footbridges at such a low price. Well, no, you will never get there because you will kill your French farmers to make live guys who still need slavery. We are really left to our own devices, especially in our department or in the south of France, where we are affected by extreme drought, which has now been going on for 3 years. The farms are dry. We ask for a pipe to share the water of the Rhône in the south of France. They are not able to do it. On the other hand, to go and give weapons, etc., they just stumble and let their own businesses and their own citizens die. I will never understand. Without water, we can't cultivate. It's not possible. A plant does not produce, we are not competitive. And with the European standards, we still have more standards in France, so we are not even equal in the European Union. So how today do you want to compete with our neighbors when products are authorized in Spain, in the whole European Union, and that we today do not have these products? Unfortunately, we cannot fight. But unfortunately, today we are dictated by people who are in offices, who do not understand anything, who put standards on us every morning. Every morning we have an additional standard. And in fact, in the end, today we do not get out of the salary. We always try to get ahead, etc., but we cannot follow financially. We are at a time when we interfere with the President of the Republic. Because whether it is the Trump taxes that have been imposed on all North Atlantic countries, I think of wine and spirits, I think of dairy products. Or whether it is Ukraine, which brings products, especially recently eggs, which were not in the European standards. Whether it is tomorrow or the day after, the signing of the Mercosur, it is as many signs given that finally our food sovereignty is collapsing. To denounce the Mercosur agreements and Ukrainian imports, today we do not understand why there are rules and Franco-French standards that are superimposed and transposed compared to European regulations. And next to that, we import products with different specifications. Today we feel betrayed. Once again, the adjustment variable, and above all, the incomprehension. The DuPont law this summer showed that we had a hard time aligning our French standards with European standards. And next to that, we are going to import products for even less than 10 years on the European market. And in fact, the one who sucks in the end is the farmer, and especially the consumer. It is that today, the consumer, you are going to take a chocolate sandwich at noon, 80% chance that it is an import. Betrayal, in fact, we have had it for almost 2 years, because in fact we did not hear. And what is announced with the Mercosur treaties is really the agricultural decadence. It is the end of our agricultural model, and it is the opening of our borders to the importation of a whole bunch of products that we do not want at home. Yesterday, we have already deindustrialized our country. Today, we are deindustrializing our agriculture. Today, we are on the straw, we are dying. And we have come to tell those who take themselves for kings, those who behave like kings, that we can't take it anymore. And that the peasant revolt is resuming here today in Versailles. We will not give up. We have the European Union, which is plowing its agriculture. We have a European Union which decides to sign the Mercosur agreements, which decides to open the borders to the products coming from Ukraine. And when we would need support, when we would need to feel a little helped, when we would need the European Union, the citizens, to carry us to cross the Cape. Well, in fact, we have a budget for the Easter, which decreases by 20%. Because today, if there can be agriculture tomorrow, it comes because there is this transmission. Today, we are suffering a setback, as we have never experienced, on the profitability of our operations. Very clearly, today, we have to say stop, it has to stop. We also have to think about all these young people who have to take over behind us. Our challenge is immense. They have a future for us, if there is economic sustainability for our operations.
Les prochaines semaines vont nous amener de la sécurité. Le rôle de nos organisations.
Ah oui, oui.